Welcome to the DFS Soccer Picks and Bets Show. I am Ethan Kershaw, DFS analyst, and today I'll be going over a two-game slate for Champions League Soccer on DraftKings. The first game we're going to talk about is going to be Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea, and then the other game is going to be Bayern Munich versus Lazio. But before we dive into the games, make sure to smash the like button on this video, and also head on over to Mayo Media Network and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to subscribe to Daily Fantasy Sports Picks and Bets, The Mix, wherever you get your podcasts from, and then leave a 5-star review while you're at it. Also, you can head on over to Twitter and follow me at EthanKershaw9, where I'll be providing various soccer updates for you over there as well. Huge shout out to Pat Mayo for the opportunity to bring you these picks, and to Matt for making the graphics and making the video look good. And then also a huge shout out to Lee Snyder. He did an awesome job in his video for Champions League Soccer yesterday. I suggest you head over to the page and check that out. Let's go ahead now and dive into the games. First of all, we have Bayern Munich versus Lazio. And we know that Lazio is going to be needing goals in this game, so they're going to be pushing the ball up quite a bit against Bayern when they have their opportunities. Bayern Munich really controlled the game in the first leg, winning the game 4-1. I expect them to do a similar kind of job. However, Lazio will have their opportunities and chances that we'll talk about a little bit later. The other game will be Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea. In the first game, we saw Chelsea win this game, just barely, 1-0. And the game was very, very defensive, but the goal by Olivier Giroud was amazing. If you haven't already seen it, go ahead and check that out. It was an amazing bicycle kick that he scored. And I think that this second leg is going to be very similar, quite defensive. But I think that Chelsea are honestly missing a couple of key players in this one that'll give Atletico Madrid a lot of opportunities to score, and they may actually have an opportunity to advance in this game as well. So let's go ahead and jump into some players now that I would like to suggest to you all. I'm going to talk about some players that are a little higher priced on the slate, but definitely worth it, and then some players that are cheaper, more value plays for you as well. So let's go ahead and start with the forwards. And we can't talk about this slate without talking about Robert Lewandowski at 11K. Now, he is a little expensive, but he's actually cheaper priced than he has been in a lot of other tournaments and a lot of other slates this year. He has scored in the last 3 Champions League games with multiple shots on goal in those games. Another thing I really like about Lewandowski is that he's always in the right spot and really knows how to work the angles when players are coming in from the side, passing the ball into the box. Another big plus, he gets Thomas Muller back, who was injured in the first game and wasn't able to go. Muller is a fantastic and accurate passer, and he gives Lewandowski some very nice opportunities to score in this game. Lewandowski at 11K, like I said, I'm really looking to build my team around him. The guy scores a lot of goals and plays up top, and will be pushing forward to get a lot of counters going in this game, especially with Bayern Munich controlling this game. So after Lewandowski, I think another fantastic option, a little bit lower down, a little cheaper price, is going to be Olivier Giroud, the Frenchman, at 7.6K. So he's actually had 6 goals in the last 4 Champions League games, which is quite astounding if you think about it. He's only had 2 Champions League starts, which were last game and then 2 games before then. But in those starts, he's totaled 66.7 fantasy points with multiple shots in both those games. Now, I understand one of the games he did score an impressive 4 goals in the game, but he's very lethal on the attack. Obviously, from the last game, he scored the only goal for that game as well. And so I do think if Chelsea has somebody that's going to score a goal in this game, it's very likely to be Olivier Giroud if he is starting. Make sure to keep an eye on those lineups and see that he is starting. But if he is, I think he's got a very, very good chance in this game, especially with Mason Mount and Jorginho, who both play midfield, out for Chelsea due to yellow card accumulation. So I think Olivier Giroud has a fantastic chance to score in this game at 7.6K. Also, another option at forward that I really love this week, Joaquin Correa. Last week he was priced at 6.8K, but they actually dropped him down this week on DraftKings to 6.3K. And I love him this week just because he's got double-digit fantasy points in 5 of the last 7 Champions League games. It's a fantastic floor that he puts out there for your team. Also, he's had 1 goal in the last 2 games each with multiple shots on goal in those games. Honestly, last game I was thinking that Ciro Immobile was going to be the one to get the goal for Lazio, But it turned out to be Joaquin Correa, and I was really impressed with the way that he just tiptoed through that Bayern defensive line to get that goal. Another fantastic thing I love about Joaquin Correa, 85 minutes played or more in 4 of the last 5 games. That's something you really need for your forward, especially in a game where Lazio is going to be needing to score lots of goals, be pushing forward, and that gives you a fantastic opportunity to get points in your team if he's going to be playing almost the entire game. So I love Joaquin Correa, 6.3K. Let's go ahead and jump into the midfielder now. The midfielder options that I have for you, my favorite one on the slate is going to be Joshua Kimmich at 8.4K. Now, Kimmich really disappointed fantasy owners last week when he had 6.5 fantasy points, but before then, in the 3 games previous, he averaged a total of 22.67 points, so 20 or more points in all those games. And in those games, he had a goal or an assist in each one. Obviously, no goals or assists last game, but something that I love about him is that he's going to be taking almost all of the corners for Bayern Munich in this game. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to cross in this game as well. He's had at least one shot in every single Champions League game this year. And as I was talking about the crosses, 4 or more crosses in every game and multiple passes intercepted in every game as well. He's going to be doing a lot of defensive work because he usually plays farther back at like a defensive midfield position. He'll have a lot of opportunity to play defense where Lazio is needing goals in this game and attacking, but also a lot of opportunity to move forward. As I mentioned, he's going to have opportunities to take those corners and a lot of crosses into the box where he has an opportunity to maybe get an assist or 2 in this game, just because of the high volume of work that he's involved with for this team. I love him at 8.4K. Also, played 90 minutes in every single Champions League game this year. So let's go ahead and talk about a midfielder that's a little bit cheaper than Kimmich at 6.7K, Yannick Carrasco for Atletico Madrid. Now, Carrasco wasn't playing in the first leg between these 2 teams, but he has had 8.8 or more fantasy points in every single Champions League game this year with 4 or more crosses in this game. And as I had mentioned, Atletico's needing to score goals in this game. And so Carrasco, the last 2 games for Atletico in at least La Liga, he has started those games. I would expect him to start this game against Chelsea, likely at the left wing position, similar to where Ousmane Dembele actually played for Barcelona, if you remember my video from last week. Dembele was extremely effective because of his pace, getting down the wing against PSG, and I think Carrasco really has a similar skill set in this game. He actually had a goal and an assist the last time he played in a Champions League game, which was back in December against RB Salzburg. So it has been a little bit of time since he has played in the Champions League, but I think that he's got a fantastic opportunity to even score here. And I found a bet on DK Sportsbook where you can bet him at plus 1150 to score a goal in this game. Obviously, he hasn't scored for quite a bit of time, but I think that he's got a fantastic opportunity to do so in this game. So I love Carrasco at 6.7K. And on to the next midfielder we're going to talk about is Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, SMS as a lot of people like to call him, and he is listed at 5.7K this week. It's a pretty cheap price for somebody who on Lazio will be taking likely all of the free kicks for the team. He and Luis Alberto have been standing over the free kicks recently, but he has been the one to take them in most of the cases. Another thing I like about him is that he's had multiple shots in the last 2 games and 2 or more fouls drawn in all but 1 Champions League game this year. He kind of plays a similar role like Joshua Kimmich, playing in the center of the midfield with a lot of opportunity to intercept passes and to move forward on the attack as well. Milinkovic-Savic as well, he has multiple passes intercepted in the last 4 games. Also, I found a bet on DK Sportsbook. If you're interested in betting it, it's a little bit of a long shot, but because of his free kick opportunity, I think he's got a good chance to score from there. So he's actually plus 1,500 to score from a direct free kick, which I think is definitely within the realm of possibility for him if Lazio gets a free kick somewhere just outside the box. So talking about him, we're going to move on now to the defenders. And the first defender on our list I really like is Kieran Trippier for Atletico Madrid at 6K. So Trippier also didn't play in the first leg against Chelsea because of a suspension. However, he is back in this game, likely going to be playing at a right wing back position, moving up and down the field on the right hand side quite a bit. Something you really want from your defenders is opportunity to get involved in the attack. And I really think Trippier has that kind of opportunity. He takes a lot of corners for the team as well and is involved with set pieces. He's kind of really a set piece specialist, even though he plays at right back. He has also had multiple crosses and one or more passes intercepted in every single game in the Champions League. A couple bets also I found on DK Sportsbook that you can go ahead and bet for him. I have a feeling that just because of his involvement up top with the free kicks and the corners, he's got a great chance to score or even get an assist in this game. And it's kind of a long shot, but plus 2,200 is what he's at to score and plus 700 to assist. So I think Trippier has a fantastic opportunity to do that. Also, he might be lower owned in contests because he did not play in the first leg. My next defender I'd like to talk to you all about today is going to be Marcos Alonso at 5.5K. Well, Alonso is probably my favorite defender on this slate just because of how far up the pitch he plays. Similar to Trippier, he's going to be playing on the left side, but he's going to be playing up top quite a bit as well. And in the first game, we saw his involvement with the attack. Also, Mason Mount, because he's not going to be playing in this game, likely is going to concede the opportunities to take corner kicks to Marcos Alonso. Now, Marcos Alonso and sometimes Reece James have shared the work on each side, but I think Alonso will be taking a good amount of corners in this game. And he's also started every single match at left back for Thomas Tuchel, the new head coach, at that left wing back position instead of Ben Chilwell, who a lot of other people think may start this game. I really think it's going to be Marcos Alonso. Keep an eye on those lineups when they do come out. But if Alonso plays, he's had 5 crosses and 1 shot on goal in the last game. That was really only our opportunity to sample and see what he had in the Champions League, as it's his only game played this year in the Champions League. But because of his movement up front, I love his opportunity to be really involved with the attack for Chelsea. Also, another option you can go ahead and play at center back. It's a really cheap option, just throwing it out there kind of as a value play this week, is Andreas Christensen for Chelsea. So Christensen's been playing at center back, and he's the only center back to start every Premier League game since the first leg for Chelsea. He also got a shot last game, which was off of a header. So just because of his involvement with moving up into the box, with corners, with set pieces, I think he's got an okay shot to get maybe even a goal in this game or a couple shots on goal. And then he also had 2 interceptions last game as well. Not a huge sample size from him either, but he has had 70 or more accurate passes in the last 2 games, even though accurate passes only count for 0.02 points. Just the amount that he gets gives you a decently safe floor for somebody that's priced so cheap like he is at 3.1K, and he's played 90 minutes every Champions League game this year. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the goalkeeper for this slate. There are 4 goalkeepers. My favorite one, though, is going to be Edouard Mendy. Normally, I really like paying down to find a cheaper goalkeeper, but Mendy's been so solid in his Champions League run. He's had double-digit points in the last 5 games, winning all 5 of those games. I also saw an awesome, crazy stat from the Premier League about Mendy, that he's actually had more shutouts than goals conceded in the Premier League this year, which is really, really impressive. He's had a clean sheet in every Champions League game but 1, and I think he's going to be facing a lot of shots from Atletico Madrid in this game. So even if Chelsea does concede 1, maybe even 2 goals, I think he'll more than make up for it with the amount of saves that he should be getting in this game. Also, it'd be awesome if he gets a win, which he has done quite a bit of lately in the Champions League as well. So those are the options there that I have for you, a lot of picks on the table for you. I'd like to jump in now to a couple of bets that I was able to find, other than the ones I previously mentioned on DK Sportsbook. So Marcos Llorente for Atletico Madrid, in La Liga at least, has been extremely involved, getting a lot of goals, a lot of assists, but that play hasn't necessarily translated over to Champions League. If he does start this game, which I do project him to at a midfield position, he is plus 750 to get an assist, which I think is something you can possibly bet on. Also, another bet that I was looking at that I really like is Atletico to win the first half and then tie the second half. That's plus 1,300. And then another one that also for Atletico's favor as well is to win both halves at plus 1,200. I really think that in this game, Atletico is going to control it just because of the absence of Jorginho and Mason Mount. And I think that they also have an opportunity to score a goal, maybe send this game into extra time and or PKs as well, because of the defensive nature of both of these teams. So make sure to look at those bets. Those are kind of the options that I have for y'all today. And closing for the video, just make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to Mayo Media Network. And also don't forget to leave a 5-star review on your audio podcast where you listen. And head on over to Twitter and follow me at Ethan Kershaw 9. I wish you all good luck with your DFS contest this week. Go out there and win some money, and I will talk to you all later. See ya.